What's going on, guys? So in front of me, you are looking at a very cool truck. This is a truck that was provided to me for review and evaluation by the folks from AutoNation Ford here in Corpus Christi, Texas, so I really appreciate it. And this truck will go back to them later today, so if you're interested in it after this review, you can definitely check them out. But when I saw this truck on their lot, I was like, I have to review this vehicle because this is a very, very special vehicle, and we're going to talk more about that in this video. All right, so on the surface, you're probably thinking, this looks like a normal F-150, right? Nothing super special about it. It's a good looking truck, interesting paint color, but at the end of the day, this is just a normal F-150. Well, you're partially right, but at the same time, this is a special F-150 because this is an STX equipped truck, but it has some extra features and things in it that you may not expect, while at the same time, for those of you who are diehard truck enthusiasts who just want like the bare minimum, this will probably deliver on that as well. Now, why is this truck so special? First of all, this is an F-150 STX four-wheel drive truck, which means this is four-wheel drive. A lot of people think that that's a mandatory prerequisite if they're going to buy a truck. It's got to be four-wheel drive. So that's going to check the box there. Secondly, because this is an XTX trim package, you're not getting the bare bones XT package that you might normally see in a fleet or, you know, on a company's lot where it's just stripped down. It has no extra features. The bumpers are black. It has steel wheels, that kind of thing. This specific truck, because it has that STX package, not only gets a bunch of interior stuff done to it, but the exterior is set up in more of an appearance package that people can appreciate. And this is the type of vehicle that you could very well see parked in front of your garage or inside of your garage, and, you know, it looks good. It's a truck that is definitely pretty attractive. You know, you have color-matched bumpers, fog lights up front. The headlight housings look really nice and kind of tinted black to match some of the trim. Overall, this is a really, really attractive truck, and they've put nice looking aluminum wheels on it. They're not super low profile, so those of you who don't really care for that 22-inch wheel setup on trucks will appreciate this, right? This is a 20-inch wheel. It looks really nice. It fits the truck really well. The paint appearance package, this nice mono looking paint color, I think looks really good. The black grille up front, again, kind of the dark accented lights. You know, some people may want LED lights, some people may want something a little bit higher end in that sense, but this truck may not be for everyone. This truck is definitely going to be for a lot of folks who say, why can't I just get a regular truck? Why can't I just get a truck with no super fancy bells and whistles, something that'll get me around? But then they add some of those bells and whistles to this truck, so at least you feel as if you're getting the things that you would expect in a truck that's going to be a little over $50,000. Anyways, we're going to take a closer look at this truck. We're going to talk about the interior and exterior of this truck while I have it, and hopefully you'll get all the information off of this thing that will help you make an informed purchasing decision if you're looking for a truck to accomplish the task of towing a travel trailer or a utility trailer, and you're looking for some key elements, key features that might be important for you. Okay, so before we get any further, let's talk about the numbers on this specific truck, because I think that's going to be the most important aspect when it comes to understanding why this truck is such a cool package. First of all, it's going to be equipped with a 2.7-liter EcoBoost V6 that'll produce 325 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. And when you look at those numbers and you see the displacement of the engine, things sometimes don't add up. You're like, how on earth are you getting that type of power out of such a small engine? Well, of course, EcoBoost means that it's a turbocharged engine, but on top of that, it's just how they're building them these days. They can make smaller displacement engines, throw a turbo on it, and get you a lot of power. That said, you will suffer a bit when it comes to towing, but that's not really different from any other engine option. A lot of people believe if I opt for a V8, if I opt for something bigger under the hood, it's going to give me significantly better fuel economy. What you end up suffering in is normal driving. The bigger the engine up front, your fuel economy for normal driving when you're not towing is going to suffer, but then when you are towing, it's still going to suffer. It may just just not suffer as much. With an engine like this, you get pretty good fuel economy while you're driving normally, while at the same time, whenever you're towing, you're going to see, yes, a big drop in fuel economy, but it kind of averages itself out at the end of the day, especially when you consider the savings you get by opting for the smaller engine. Now, this engine is available on XL, XLT, and Lariat-equipped vehicles, so if you go any higher than that, you're going to have to get a different engine option, but when you go for this trim package, it's really ideal, and after you drive it for a while, you realize that this truck does not feel like a slouch. It doesn't feel underpowered, and it's quiet. It doesn't feel like a raspy little four-cylinder or whatever under the hood. It actually feels like a much bigger engine. And this is a V6, so you're not getting a super tiny engine, but you are getting a very, very well-equipped engine for this type of truck. Now, next is going to be the door sticker. Now, we all know that I'm super critical when it comes to door stickers. And when it comes to half-ton trucks in particular, I usually like to say that most half-ton trucks, you shouldn't tow over a 6,000-pound travel trailer. And the reason for that is because once you factor in your towing capacity of the vehicle, plus the payload capacity that you're going to be putting in the bed of the truck, plus the tongue weight of the trailer on the back, usually you're going to probably have about 900 pounds worth of people and supplies and hitch attached to your truck before you even factor in the travel trailer weight. What does that equate to at the end of the day? That means that your travel trailer, let's say it's a 6,000-pound travel trailer, once you get it loaded up, you're probably going to be transferring about 750, almost 800 pounds to the back of your pickup truck. You take that 800 pounds, you add it to the 900 pounds of weight that you'll have in the truck. What does that equal out to? It equals out to 1,700 pounds. And most half-ton trucks don't have the cargo capacity to support that type of weight. Most half-ton trucks in this configuration, four-wheel drive, crew cab, relatively high luxury package, right? Most of the trucks you see around are XLT and above in terms of trim package, which means your payload capacity on the sticker, and this really goes for all brands, is usually going to be between 1,400 and 1,600 pounds. But this specific truck, again, because it's an STX package, which is an appearance package on top of the XL package, which is the base level, means that they've just given you enough tech, features, and luxury amenities to make this truck, again, more suitable for the typical family who would own it. Because of that, it's a relatively light truck, and it means you have 1,706 pounds worth of payload capacity. So that's actually a pretty impressive number for this configuration of truck. Now, if this were just an extended cab, or if it was a regular cab, or if it had the long bed, if it was a two-wheel drive truck, you would get even more payload capacity back, more cargo capacity, because you would reduce even more weight. And as you reduce the weight of the truck, the curb weight, the weight when you buy it off of the dealership lot, as you reduce that weight, you get that savings back in terms of payload capacity, cargo capacity. You get more of it. That's why if you ever look at a half-ton truck, the highest cargo capacity version of that vehicle you can buy is always going to be in a two-wheel drive, long bed, regular cab pickup truck configuration with a work truck trim package. That's the magic number to get the most cargo capacity out of one of these. You can still order one of these with the heavy-duty payload package, which is a special version of this truck that's designed to give you over, in some cases, 3/4 ton performance in terms of payload capacity and all of that. Those trucks are very, very rare. Those trucks are very hard to find, and typically you'll have to order one of those trucks if you want it, and you will sacrifice ride comfort and quality. So if you are looking for kind of maintaining that half-ton capability in terms of ride comfort, noise, the way it feels when you're going down the road when you're not towing, then you're probably not going to get that package, because that package is certainly going to feel more like a 3/4 ton truck when it's unladen, when you're not towing. But that's the secret formula behind this truck. It's the fact that it's a relatively low spec truck. It's actually a very low trim model truck. The STX package still gives you a lot of really cool features and technology, but it doesn't add too much weight to the truck, so you get that back in terms of payload capacity. And because this truck has a 355 gear ratio, it's actually going to have a little less than 8,000 pounds worth of maximum towing capacity. So even though you see a lot of half-ton trucks that are way over 10,000 pounds now, you have to be sure that the specific truck you're looking at actually has the towing capacity that you believe it should have for whatever your towing needs are going to be. Anyways, guys, we're going to go ahead and end this video. Basically, the point of part 1 was to go over why this truck is such a cool package, what the benefits are, but at the same time, maybe what some of the limitations are if you're going to be towing heavy. It's going to have great payload capacity, and it's going to have good towing capacity, but you always want to remember that both numbers matter. You want to make sure you're not going over your towing capacity and you're not going over your payload capacity. And with this truck, it's going to open up a lot of windows for folks because the magical thing really is your payload. How much weight can you actually carry? What's it rated for? And how much are you going to load your truck up? How large is your family? How much does your family weigh? How do you load your RV up? All of that really matters. And for most folks, they don't realize that they may not be going over their towing capacity, but they're going over their payload, or they don't even realize that their towing capacity is as low as it actually is, and they think that they have a higher number. So you should always look at the towing guides. You should always look at the trucks in detail to make sure that the truck you're getting or the truck you have is capable of towing the type of trailer you're going to be towing with it. Anyways, we're going to end this video. We'll have a part 2 going over the interior, the exterior, and everything else about this truck in further detail if you want to learn more about it. Guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.